Hey guys, welcome back for another episode. I've been thinking about what to do for this episode. I think we're gonna take a break on the garage because we have a lot of lawn maintenance and just gotta pick some weeds and clean it up around here. We got lots of thistles growing pretty tall. There used to be a chicken run here, so we haven't had time to plant grass there yet. That's gonna be this fall. We're gonna be planting a new lawn here, but I need to go around and trim all this with the trimmer, trim all along the driveway and the ditches, and clean up over by the fire pit here. As you can see behind me here, the fire pit has definitely seen better days. So gotta move these chairs, start working away at picking all these weeds out, and then we'll have to try to refurbish all the joints. Hi, we're the Mans, and this is our life.
We met in 2017 and just got married September of 2024. Finally bought our first house in April of 2025 and wanted to capture our interesting life, renovation journey, and everything in between. Here's a little walk around showing you how overgrown the fire pit area has been since we moved in. Now, let's get all those chairs moved so we can start restoring this once beautiful fire pit back to its glory.
Mr. Mayor, our cat, is not gonna like me. I'm getting rid of his catnip. Likes to get high on this stuff. Look how many ants there are crawling around here. There's so many. Holy smokes. Starting to crawl all over my hands and boots. That's a lot of ants. we're about 70% done the fire pit here now. It already looks like 100 times better. Take a look. There was a lot of weeds overgrowing. The grass was even growing like halfway onto some of these flagstone. So we just have a little bit to do around the wood box there, and a little bit along this wall, and then a couple more gaps to do. And on the back side of the fire pit, there's just one little spot right here. And then after that, I think I'm gonna spray it with some horticultural vinegar just to kill any root system that's underneath in all the cracks, just to kill them off. And then later we can go ahead and clean all the soil out of all the gaps and then refill it with new polymeric sand, and then that'll stop the weeds from coming back again. Well, let's finish it up.
To give you guys some backstory on this patio and fire pit, I've been told this flagstone patio and stone wood box was installed about 20 years ago. Then the manufactured stone fire pit done only about 7 years ago to improve on the existing pit, which was only rocks put around in a circle like a typical fire pit. The joints between the stones haven't been cleaned out for at least 12 years, so it was definitely time to tackle this job and bring it back to new.
Broom handle fell off. Martina and I have finally finished pulling all the weeds out of the fire pit area. We got her all cleaned up. Just got to give it a sweep. And I've got to go buy a new spray bottle for the horticultural vinegar. And then I can spray all the cracks just to make sure nothing grows. And we'll probably just leave it the way it is for now, and then another day we can dig out all between the flagstone and put in new polymeric sand and then wet it down, and then it'll be perfect. But it looks 100 times better than what it looked like about, what, 2 hours ago? Take a look. Look at this pile of weeds that we pulled out. How big this is. Holy smokes. That was a job. I knew it would take a while to do that, but I'm so glad it's done now. And that we actually took the time to do it. Now it's time to enjoy the fire pit. I'll catch you guys in the next clip. Good morning. It's another beautiful day today. Gonna enjoy my coffee, and then today's plan is to go to the dump and clean out our little bin that we've been filling up. I got some more tube lights to take down today because the dump has their hazardous waste day today, so I'm gonna take them and get that done and over with. Alright, that's the rest of the tube lights, all out of these old stinky lights that I'm not going to be keeping in here. I'm going to be changing to a bunch of new LED style lights. So let's go to the dump, and then we can come back and do another trip of insulation and drywall, just because the dump's going to make us separate the drywall out of everything else. So let's go take that, and then we'll be back and load up again. Get in. What are you doing, mister?
All out of here. Cross the street on it.
Just got our bin emptied, all in the truck, ready to go for our second dump run today. And we should be good, and then we can start filling this thing up again. Made it to the dump, just waiting in line to get over the scales. What do you think?
It's hot.
You think it's hot, mister? Well, let's listen to music while we wait, I guess. Done unloading now. Now we just gotta wait to get back over the scales, and then we gotta run into town. Martina wants me to trim my facial hair. Apparently it's getting pretty long. What do you think? Do I look homeless? Trim my mustache a little bit. Maybe I'll look different in the next clip. Found a big old garter snake. Ready? There he goes. There it is, right there. There's her head. That's why I'm trying to get all these weeds cleaned up around here.
It was really hot out when we were taking this clip, trying to get the wood box up onto the dolly, just so we could roll it out of the way so I could do some trimming along the side of the garage. I feel really bad, but we managed and we finally moved it out of the way.
just finished trimming around the property, but I didn't quite get all of it done because I ran out of trimmer line. But the only spot I really missed was just the center over there. Like going through those big thistle bushes, like these thick ones right here. It just chews through the line so fast. I think that's mainly why I ran out of trimmer line so fast. But I got all along the garage done, around the fire pits all done. Still have to move all our weed pile and go put it in the woods back there. But other than that, I got the ditch trimmed all around the trees. Just about to put these away. It's way too hot and they're calling for thunderstorms today, so I think we're just gonna take today easy. We gotta go do some shopping, so we'll see what we get up to. Well, that'll do it for today's episode. Sorry it was probably a little bit of a boring episode, but I'm just making sure I cover all my bases for the garage before I get too far and then we have to wait. So I've been talking to a few people about what I should be doing for this beam. About like having a post in the middle and what I have to do for the footing for point load and stuff like that. What I'm gonna have to do for shoring up all the trusses to hold them while I take down this load bearing wall. Just a lot of behind the scenes stuff's going on too, so just trying to get a video out to you guys so you have something to watch. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video.